Hi, welcome back to Hills in Business. Today I am very excited because I am going out. Now normally I am travelling around the world and most of my videos are me visiting various countries for work. That came to an abrupt end in February of this year due to COVID, and for 5 months now I have not left the UK, which is really bizarre for me because I'm pretty much travelling out of the country every week, if not every other week. So this has been very weird for me. During the lockdown, all restaurants, pubs, bars, any sort of lots of things closed down. And slowly things have started opening back up in the UK since the beginning of June. Last week, restaurants opened. And this weekend, I am off into London. First time again in over 5 months. And I will be going to a bottomless brunch by Flesh Buns in Covent Garden, and I'll be meeting my sister and kids there. So I'm very excited. So I've paid my ticket into London. They fortunately, so you do need a face covering for when going on public transport. So not in the station, but when you're in the train itself, or if you're in buses or in the tubes. And what's quite nice is that they're offering free face coverings as well. And the lady was quite nice. She gave me 2. So one for the way there and one for on the way back. I'm just waiting on the train now. Definitely not comfortable having this face mask on. It gets very hot. So this is my first time having to wear a face mask during the whole lockdown because I've not really been anywhere that you've had to wear one. But it does get very hot. Very hot, but it's fine. Almost in London. It was only a 19-minute journey into London, so it's not a long time to enjoy it. I now will be waiting on the tube, and then I'll be able to take time off once I'm on the tube.
This train will now terminate here. All change services to Sheerness on the Sea.
Please note that Oyster and contactless payment cards can't be used on this train.
Now normally when you get to St Pancras you take the escalators straight down to the tube station. Now with COVID there is a one-way system and you can't access the tube station straight away. You have to come out of St Pancras, walk towards King's Cross, and there's a lovely line directing you all the way through so that everyone is walking in this one-way system to go to the underground. It was fine for us because we were super early, but then I realised once I finally made it to the underground station entrance that it would have just been quicker to walk straight outdoors and cross the street. But instead we did a lovely loop around St Pancras and King's Cross to get to the underground. Now with the underground, I wasn't sure whether you had to wear the face coverings as you entered, and it was a bit confusing because some people just had them on, others didn't, so I wasn't quite clear on that. And it was quite warm, so I kind of had it over my face for most of the time, but then sometimes took a breather. I'm not sure if that was the right way. Also noticed on the tube station as well, not everyone had face coverings all the time, even though they were supposed to. So I've arrived at Covent Garden, made it to Leicester Square as Covent Garden is closed, and walking to the restaurant now. It's really bizarre because London is super quiet. This is the first time I've been into London since the whole COVID lockdown, and it's just really strange to see hardly any people, cars, very bizarre, very quiet. And this is with the fact that some restaurants and bars have started opening. So I personally thought it would be a lot busier, and because the weather's nice, but yeah, very odd, I would say. But I'm glad I'm out of the tube because I don't have to be wearing that horrible mask anymore. I don't know how the hospital workers do it all day because you get very hot So we've made it to Earlham Street in Covent Garden, and we've made it to Flesh and Buns. Now, I've been here twice before, both times bottomless brunches, and I'm super excited because I just really need a good day out, enjoying food and some drink with some family. So super excited about our meal at Flesh and Buns. As we arrived at Flesh and Buns, there were stickers on the floor stating to wait there as they checked our booking. There was then a hand sanitizer station to clean your hands, and then we were shown to our table. We were the first ones to arrive at the restaurant. Sunday brunch starts at midday on a Sunday and is £39 per person, and usually you have to select the Sunday brunch for the whole table. I would really say the service was really good. They explain how the brunch works, and they explain the options in terms of the alcoholic drinks. The service was really efficient, with the drinks coming out quickly and then the food following shortly after. The service remained consistent even as the restaurant got busier. So the starter has arrived, and each person, so the bottomless brunch is £39 per person, so that includes free-flowing Prosecco, red or white wine. We picked Prosecco for the table. Included in that is the starters, where you get to pick 3 starter dishes, which we picked one of each thing. So there's 7 choices, and we had Korean fried chicken wings, squid, edamame, sushi that you can see here, sashimi, ceviche. This is a test of what I can remember. But we had one of everything, and then we doubled up on some chicken yakitori. Lots of food, more than enough included. And this is just the starter. What do you think, girls?
Oh God, this is just the starter.
Are you enjoying it?
I actually forgot that there was buns coming as well.
Yes. We've got more food coming too. So the main course has arrived, the flesh and buns, the main course. So here's all the buns. And then we've ordered duck, crispy duck leg. We have pork belly over here. And I think we've got portobello mushrooms also coming. It looks amazing.
I got it. Do you know what this reminds me of? When we used to go on the school trip. That's what it smells like. You know, in the morning for breakfast. Yeah.
This is the portobello mushroom. Not tried this before, but looks delicious.
Try some of the mushrooms.
What do you think, girls? What do you think of your flesh and buns? I caught you at a very nice time. Do you enjoying it, Sophia?
It's so good. But I can't talk.
Ryan, are you enjoying it? That's a yes from Ryan. Is that a yes from you, Karina?
Yes, it's very good.
Would you recommend coming here?
I would. You know, I don't know the name. Flesh and buns.
Flesh and Buns.
The name of the place. Flesh and buns. The name of the place is called Flesh and Buns.
Does that confuse you that it's called Flesh and Buns?
Yeah, I just thought that's what this is called.
Right, so just finished the main course. It was really good, but feeling quite full now. So taking a much needed break before dessert. But highly recommend this place. The service is really good, really quick. Quite interesting how they've done it with the COVID situation. So there's hand sanitizer on arrival. They've spaced most of the bookings out, and they get rid of, I think they dispose of all the menus once they use them, and they have a system for kind of the flow of traffic through the restaurant. But yeah, really great experience.
Mark, I think you should write a book. I'm telling you, do you know how much money we make from it? Like the way we advertise it and everything.
decided to treat ourselves and order one of their cocktails, even though we've got free-flowing Prosecco. But why not? I was inspired by their Instagram post of their manga martini, so I've ordered their manga martini, and it comes with a side of Prosecco, and so we can either drink it as is, or we can pour Prosecco in. It was really good. Very nice. I think I will put the Prosecco in. So we took a break because we needed it after the starters and main, and the dessert has arrived now, and you get these donuts, chocolate fondue and matcha ice cream, and it was really nice. These donuts are filled, I should check, I can't remember, but their filling is really nice. They're not too sweet. They're just so delicious. I don't know if it's because I've not been out that much recently and I've been out enjoying food. I'm just missing it, but it was really, really good, really tasty, and I'm glad we took the break to enjoy the dessert. Right, meal done at Flesh Buns. Really, really enjoyed it. And actually, it was just really nice to be with family, enjoy some good food and drink, relax, and just have a bit of normality back after the whole lockdown and COVID situation. I think we just need it from mental well-being. So I had a really nice time. Decided to go for a bit of a walk through Covent Garden. A bit busier now, but definitely not the Covent Garden I recognise and know, but quite civilised actually, everyone social distancing. It's very nice. Lucked out with the weather as well. Been taking a very pleasant walk through London. Walked from Covent Garden to Charing Cross, and am now at Trafalgar Square. Again, very different from what we're used to. Obviously, I think as the weather's nicer, I believe a lot more people are out. But those of you who have ever been in London, Trafalgar Square on a Sunday would know how busy it normally is. Generally, people are keeping their distance as well from people, social distancing. It's quite a calm, relaxed atmosphere. We definitely lucked out on the weather, because this week in the UK the weather wasn't that great. So yeah, just enjoying a nice stroll after our very heavy, no, it wasn't a very heavy meal, but after our delicious meal at Flesh Buns. Trafalgar Square, certainly when I was younger, was very well known for coming here and feeding the pigeons. The pigeons no longer exist in Trafalgar Square, so it's a very different Trafalgar Square now. And what's caught my attention is that this fountain looks very orange. Not entirely sure why it's orange. I don't know if the base or something has coloured the water. But there's a few ducks enjoying the water, the orange water. Right, so I didn't know why this fountain is orange, but my niece here has done some Google research. So why is it orange?
Okay, so basically, Animal Rebellion have dyed the Trafalgar Square fountain red to symbolise the blood that is on the hands of the UK government. So they're here to demand that the government prevent future pandemics by ending animal farming and transitioning to a plant-based food system.
I mean, it's very complex. This symbolism of a red stroke orange water has depths.
deep depths
Deep depths
of information.
But you can Google it. But at least you know why it's orange now. Decided to walk from Leicester Square, from Trafalgar Square to Leicester Square, and the kids have spotted this ice cream place. Ryan wants a slush puppy and the girls want ice cream. Just after we've had a very expensive meal and dessert, but it does look very good. So I think
Mummy. Right, that's it, done. And a cone, vanilla ice cream. No flake.
Thank you.
Ryan, how is your slush puppy? Is it tasty? How is the ice cream, Karina? Have you tried some?
It's good. It's very good. Yeah, thank you. You should get one if you come to England.
Shall we try? Hold it for me though.
Okay. Hello guys. Would you recommend it to your viewers?
I would recommend some ice cream. This is the traditional ice cream place on the corner between, it's right next to the National Portrait Gallery, between Leicester Square, Trafalgar Square and the Garrick Theatre. Can't be missed.
I think she needs to find her feet on her own. I think without anyone.
Just trying the slush puppy. Actually not too sweet, considering what I'm used to with slush puppy, and actually very nice when it's quite warm out too. Made it to Leicester Square. I can definitely see as the day goes on, it's getting busier, but this is definitely not the typical Leicester Square. It's weirdly quite nice that it's not that busy actually. Obviously the world has changed since COVID, but it's actually nice not having or experiencing a less chaotic London and Leicester Square. So I have now made it back to Ebbsfleet. What's quite nice at the moment is, certainly at Ebbsfleet station, they are offering free face masks. So when you enter this station, they check if you've got a face mask. If not, they'll give you a couple for free, which is quite good. Great day in London. It was really nice to do something normal, enjoy food, be with family, and the weather was really great too. Bit strange that it wasn't as busy in London as normal, but no, still nice. Actually quite pleasant that it wasn't as chaotic as the normal London, quite civilised, and yeah, nice weather, and finally going home. Well, I hope you enjoyed my journey into London post-lockdown as everything is easing with restaurants reopening. Bit different from me travelling to the US, China, various places around the world, but it was very nice just to get out of the house and enjoy the day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.